The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not reflect the views of BronxNet, the KittyRose Lifestyle, or the program underwriters.
This is the movement.
And I said, baby, you have been saving my life since 1997. Like, you just, just to know that there's somebody that gets me. And it's not to say that for those people that are creating in their mind that there is nobody, there is. Like, if we take the inventory to see, we are all interconnected in this way. As I have a belly button, so do you, so does anybody watching. And that's to remind us that we are connecting beings.
Right, okay.
We come from connection, and that connection, even though it might seem severed in this, in this physical plane, it is always there in the metaphysical. So it is for us to remember that we are never alone. In those moments when the pain is overcoming and I feel as though there is nothing left, it's like if I could just have like a grain of sand of remembrance that this is just a moment, and this moment will pass. Just that will help me to just hold on. You've had a baby, right?
3.
Those those contractions come in waves,
Right.
as everything. All of the things that happen in our natural are messages to our spiritual. And so when we're experiencing pain in that way, it's to remember that it's going to come in a wave. It's going to go climax, get really tight, and then it will release. And so it's about just waiting.
Okay.
No, sure. I'm 37.
At 30, when did you figure that out? That you have to wait it out? Because, when did you figure that out? How old were you?
I would say I was 31, and it was with Epic. That I had a natural birth, a natural home birth, and in the preparation for that, there were certain things that I had to do to train my mind, and so my entire pregnancy was like a mental, regimen of training my mind that this is what it's going to be, and knowing that that's what it's going to be, so that I can get through the extreme pressure and extreme pain that was going to come during labor, so that I can have this experience, and it just translated into every area of my life from that time. I think it's always a knowing. I think we know it from forever. I think we know it from the time that we're born, that if we cry out, we will be served. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we cry out.
Right.
What has happened, though, we so many times we've cried out and no one came to serve. Right. So we've suppressed that natural knowing. We suppress that natural knowing that it's only a moment, and it feels permeating. It feels like forever, but really it's just a moment.
Wow. It's so funny when you talk to people and you're on a journey as they're talking to you. So you hear what they're saying, but you don't always grasp it until you actually catch that visual in your head. So I hope like everyone actually, even if you didn't catch it, you rewind to catch it, because I think we all fight through being patient, fight through the process. Like, we all know that things have to happen a certain kind of way. We all know that we have to have these certain kinds of feelings, but it doesn't make it feel better that it hurts or that it bothers, and it's all so that you can understand, even if it's not for yourself, because we're also examples and messengers for our children. So it might not be something that is actually for us, but something that our sons or our daughters may need. So it's just it's interesting us taking that in and taking that on, but also being able to release it. Because I know right now, like I'm in a place of feeling overwhelmed, but feeling peaceful at the same time. Yeah.
So and knowing that that's perfect, right? Like that is the perfection of being a multifaceted being. Like, we are not one dimensional, and every label we take on limits who it is that we are. A lot of us don't really understand that concept. It's from the Tao in regards to the land of 10,000 things, and it's like, yes, we can label ourselves. I'm a woman, I'm a mother, I'm this, I'm that, and the third. But then when you're not being any of those things, who are you still? You're still existing, right? And so being in that space of like complete oneness, it helps us to be more patient, because any of the labels, if I'm a mother, then I have to do this, and this, and I can't be patient and wait for like the human experience to happen, because I need to do this, and this. Or if I'm a teacher, or if I'm a worker, or if I'm a wife, or whatever it is that you take on as your label, even if I'm a woman, I have to show up in this way and that way, and and so it causes this slight conflict of like, but when we can remember during the birth of my last son, or the process of being pregnant with my last son, and I felt like that was total preparation for the divorce, because
what?
Right. So the pain of divorce was excruciating.
Okay.
But I needed to learn how to deal with. So I beat myself up.
Okay.
I did when I was still breastfeeding. I was still breastfeeding.
You said 3 months. Yeah.
I was still and so this is the thing. It wasn't the plan. I didn't plan on going on tour.
Okay.
The opportunity presented itself, and I had to make a decision, and our finances wasn't on point. And it was like, do I take this on to make sure that my family is good, or do I stay here and like we struggle in this way? And there was no like.
Would you do it again?
Oh.
I know it doesn't matter, but I'm like, would you do it again? Okay. And how are your boys now? Like, not the baby, but how are you? And like you said, the middle baby text you.
I want to answer your question.
Okay.
Because
I feel like you did though, but okay.
I want
verbally.
To answer your question. I don't think I would do it again.
Really?
I think that having the opportunity, I would have went closer to my husband. I would have joined up with him. We would have, if we needed to struggle together, we would have just did that. It was fear. It was, so remember, choice of love or choice of fear. And I know that I made that choice out of fear. I could say, and I can preach to the choir, and a whole bunch of people would say amen, that it was a choice of love and the love of my family, and I wanted to protect them, and I wanted to be there to financially. But when I tell the truth to myself, the truth is I was afraid that he wouldn't be able to join up with me, and that we wouldn't be able to do it, and I needed to do it by myself.
Wait a minute!
I can't rely on him. And so that essentially was the beginning of the end of our relationship. So yeah, if I had to do it over again, I would definitely move closer to him.
Wait, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And oh my God, because I think a lot of us, I don't know where and how we got this superwoman complex, that we don't, because I think, like I say, if I had to do it again, I'll probably still leave, because, outside of, me being afraid that he would not hold us down or he could not hold us down, there were still other things that I still see 10 years later. Like, every time I think about, every time I'm reminisce and I miss my family unit, then he'll do some shit and I'll be like, okay, you know. But I do remember clearly not trusting him and not trusting the union of us and my position as his wife, as his partner. You know, and it's funny because that decision, you know, trickled down and in so many ways, you know. Yes, it might have.
You know what I wonder? I wonder if the healing that he needed, because I feel like we get together with these, you know, mates, soulmates, whatever, in these different circumstances. The healing that he needed was someone that was as close as I was to him to trust him, so that he could feel.
Oh my God!
Do you understand what I'm saying? But I played out the same cycle that he's been used to, and then so he continued. So the change of who we could have been didn't happen, and so we remained who we have been.
Right. Oh my goodness. Yeah. But then two things that suck about that is that I still feel like that's now having that kind of understanding or overstanding now is back on us, because I feel like maybe men don't take enough time to kind of figure that out, to know that these parts are actually being played. So I feel like that's just another layer, another burden of why we also have this superwoman complex, because we're still always the ones who's even trying to figure it out.
So I want to pause and take away the labels, right?
Okay.
Of men, women, right?
Okay.
And look how that also shows up in almost every relationship dynamic, where people don't really understand the roles that they're playing and how we're supposed to be working together to be a part of an ultimate healing. Okay. You know what I mean? It happens with mother-child. It happens with coworkers. It happens with people in the street. You know what I mean? So to it makes it hard. For me, in my mind, it makes it difficult to be compassionate for the other person if I set roles on who it is that they should be and what it is that they should do. It separates us.
Right, but I think what happens is not necessarily the roles we put on others, but the role we're putting on ourselves. And because
I don't take it as a burden. As a minister,
okay,
it is my duty. It is my purpose.
Okay.
To be the best version of myself. I love Les Brown. He says, God, you know, will never give us more than we could bear, but God, dang, I wish you didn't have so much confidence in me.
This is the movement. The movement.